नमस्कार। आप सभी लोग सकुशल होंगे, इसी आशा के साथ हम सीधे अपने टॉपिक की बात करते हैं। तो जैसा कि हम वी आर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ द टिश्यूज इन द एनिमल, in which we have talked about the epithelial tissues, then we have talked about muscular tissues, then we have to move to on the next tissue, that is known as the connective tissues. It is the most important tissue because at itself it say about its development, means connective means it can capable to connect the whole of our body, right? So we can say it can be very necessary for our development. Evenly we can say the this connective tissues is are mostly evident, widely distributed in the whole complex organisms animals body, and it can be capable to connect, right, the tissues, right, because their special function linking the supporting the other tissues and organs of the body, means this connective tissue can always helpful for the connecting of different other cells, other tissues and other organs. They all can be controlled with the are attached with the help of this tissue. That's why it is very important for us. If we can talk about the different general connective tissues, they are different components through which they are made up of. We can say especially the matrix. The first thing that is which can always helpful for the development of matrix, means generally it is the clear and the viscous substances. It can be consistency may vary from liquid, right, semi solid or the solid, means on the basis of this they can we can again classify these tissues over there. Means some tissues have the matrix like liquid, as in we can say blood, semi solid as we can say the cartilage, and the solid matrix that is found into the bones one. And then another thing, the cells are embedded in the matrix, means generally we can say the these can responsible for the secreting of the matrix and other substances, means how this can be capable to form over there. For that there different things are necessary for the all such kinds of things, if we can say, especially they can be in different categories, right? So they these tissues can be again on the basis of this one, then how they can be have to connective tissue in different types, means the different cells of these connective tissues. So first of all we can talk about the different types of the cells of the connective tissues, in which we have to know that fibroblast, means this fibroblast can always helpful for the production of the fibers and the matrix. Adipose cells, which can be always helpful for the storage of the fat. Plasma cells, which can be always helpful for the synthesis of the antibodies, and these are also called as the cartwheel cells, means plasma cells are known as a cartwheel. Why they are known as cartwheels? Because we can say the thin chromatin in their nucleus form 4 or 5 clump, giving the nucleus a resemblance as a cartwheel. Generally, because of their structures, it is known as the cartwheel one. Then another thing that is called known as mast cells. These mast cells can always helpful for the development, for the secretion, or the for the productions of the histamine, heparin and the serotonin, right? These all are very important things for the related to the basophils of the blood, means they can be always very necessary for the blood one. And if we talk about the histamine we can say it can always help to dilate the wall of blood vessels in the inflammatory and the allergic reactions. On the other hand, heparin, it can always help to check the clotting of the blood inside the blood vessels, means this heparin cannot allow the blood to clot inside the blood vessels. And the other one that is called serotonin mast cells, it can be always acts like the vasoconstrictors to check the bleeding and then increase the blood pressures, means generally it can always helpful for the contracting or checking of the blood vessels or blood pressures also and bleeding also. Then another type of cells we can say mesenchyme cells. These cells can be always helpful for the productions of the various type of connective tissue cells. And macrophages, right? Generally we can say these macrophages ingested cells, debris, bacteria and foreign matters, means generally these macrophage cells can be always helpful in digest, means can consume the different unwanted substances in that connective tissue or the bacteria and the foreign matters also. After that we have to talk about the Chromatophores. Chromatophores, generally we can say it is a type of pigment. They are found in the dermis of the skin, which can be impart the color of the animals. Means this chromatophores always capable to secrete, capable to found in the skin cells, which can be always responsible for the characters or the color of any organisms or animals. Then there is another type of cells that is called reticular cells. Means it can be always helpful for the reticular tissue and are the phagocytic in the nature. When they can be capable to consume the different one. Then the third component of this connective tissue, that is the fibers. These fibers are again very important thing, right? We all have to know that in all connective tissues except blood cells secrete fibers structural protein that is called collagen. Means generally in all type of connective tissue, just except the blood one, the cells secrete fibers for the structural protein called the collagen and the elastin, and they provide the strength, elasticity, flexibility to the tissues. And so we can say these are non-living products of the cells. They are generally three types. Number one, that is called collagen or collagenous fibers. They are white in colors, white fibers. We can say they are made up of collagen protein. When boiled in the water, collagen changes into the gelatin. Right? On the second one, that is elastic fiber. They are yellow in color. Right? They are formed by the protein called elastin, and these fibers are branched and elastic one. And the last one, that is called the reticular fibers. They are delicate, branched and inelastic, and they are made up of the reticulin protein. They are always form of the network in the tissues. So on the basis of all these structures, the connective tissues are classified into three categories, right? We can say the loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue, and specialized connective tissue, right? So on the basis of this, we can say there are different types of the connective tissue. On their structures, they may be the loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue, and sometimes we can say some special type of specialized connective tissue are found over there. So if we talk about the first type of the connective tissue, that is loose connective tissue, right? As you can see, especially over there, they can be just developed with the help of that one. So loose connective tissue has cells and fibers loosely arranged, and their semi-solid fluid are found over there. Ground substances are found over there. These tissues are two types, especially we can say areolar tissue and the adipose tissue. Generally, areolar tissue, we can say that these areolar tissues can play very important role in the human beings, right, or some organisms. It can be always found under the epithelial tissue and skin vessel organs like stomach, trachea, the wall of blood vessels, right? If we talk about its structures, the matrix of the areolar tissue is generally made up of the glycoproteins. It contains two types of fibers, the white collagen fibers and made up of the collagens, and the yellow elastic fibers made up of the elastin. Means this areolar tissue is always developed or with the help of such structures, which can be always with the help of this white fibers and the yellow fibers. If we can say that these different structures can be always helpful for them for their working conditions. Evenly, if we talk about the functions of this areolar tissue, generally this tissue can always helpful for the tensile the strength and collagen fibers and the elasticity of the yellow fibers protect the various organs by the mechanical injuries. These tissue also provide the rapid diffusion of the materials and the migration of the wandering cells toward the areas of the microbial infected injury tissues over there. Then second type of tissue, that is called the alveolar tissue. Then we have to talk about the another tissue, that is the adipose tissue. So if we talk about adipose tissue, it can be modified by the type of areolar tissue. Its matrix contains a large number of adipose cells along with the fibrocytes and the macrophages. White and yellow fibers are present in the matrix, and the cells of this tissue are specialized to store of the fats. And we can say the excess of the nutrients which are not used immediately are converted into the fats and are stored in this tissue. And the adipose tissue are found in the substances regions, or we can say subcutaneous regions around the heart, kidney and eyeballs, or it can also found in the blubber of the whales and the elephants and hump of camel and fat bodies frog and yellow bones marrow. If we talk about the functions of this tissue, this tissue can be especially mainly for the store of the fat in the form of oil droplets, and it forms the shock absorbing cushions around the yellow body of the kidney also. And the tissue is always help in the production of the blood corpuscles over there, means such a way it can be always helpful very much. Evenly after that we have to talk about the next, that is about the dense connective tissue. If we can talk about this dense connective tissue, the fibers and the fibroblasts are found compactly packed in the dense connective tissue, and this tissue is two types, especially dense regular and dense irregular connective tissue. If we talk about the dense regular connective tissue, we can say this tissue has collagen fibers are present in the rows between the many parallel bundles of the fibers, and these fibers are especially two types. Number one is white fibrous connective tissue and the yellow elastic connective tissue, we can say one, right? So first of all we have to talk about this white fibrous connective tissue. Generally it mainly consists of the white fibers arranged in bundles, and the fibroblasts are present in row between the bundles, means we can say they are rich in white collagen fiber. They are very tough and inelastic, and they are different from the white fibers present in the areolar and tissues having the thick structures, and we can say they occur in the two forms, that is tendons and the ligaments. Means generally these dense regular connective tissue, white fibers connective tissue, there are two types, especially the dense tendons and the ligament. If we talk about the tendons, right, they are the white fibers connective tissue forms the cord called tendons, and these join the skeletal muscles with the bones. Means generally skeletal muscles and bones, the tissue which is found between the bones and muscles, that is tendon. So these white fibers connective tissue can always helpful for the interconnectivity between these one. Evenly we can say another thing, that is the fibroblasts are only cells which can be present in the tendons, and they can be always help for the connectivity between the bones and muscles. Then there is another one, that is called sheet, right? The white fibers connective tissue also forms the flat plates or sheet. It occurs in the dermis of the skin, right, and peritoneum and of the bone, and perichondrium, cartilage, pericardium of the heart. And these white fibers connective tissue to great strength, however it can be flexible, it is very limited over there. So it can be always very helpful for the this thing. Then the second, that is the yellow elastic connective tissue, means the mainly consists of the yellow elastic fibers. The fibers are thicker and the fibroblast, and few white fibers are found in between the yellow fiber over there. So we can say that these yellow elastic tissues can be always very helpful for that one, because there are also two types, they are the ligament and the sheet. If we talk about the ligament are the yellow elastic connective tissues from the cords called ligaments, and these can always helpful for the joining of the bone to bone. And the other one, that is called the sheets, the yellow fibers sheet formed in this tissue occur which a wall of the blood vessels and lungs and the bronchioles, tubercle cord, cartilage of the larynx and trachea. If we can say the yellow elastic connective tissue has the considerable strength and the remarkable elasticity, thus the allow the strengthening of the various organs, especially joining into between the bones one. Right? If we talk about the another thing, that is the dense irregular connective tissue, especially it is the fibroblast, maybe fibers mostly made up of the collagen, and they that the or, oriented in the different patterns. This is present into the skin, means the dense irregular connective tissue is always present into the skin one. One more type of tissue, that is called reticular tissue. It consists of reticular cells and the reticular fibers present in the fluid matrix, and reticular cells are star shaped and they are possess the protoplasmic processes which are joined with the other reticular cells forming the cellular network, and reticular fibers are superimposed on the reticular cells and they are made up of the protein that is called reticulin. They are branched and the inelastic also. They are generally found in the lymph glands and spleen and bone marrow, and the functions of reticular cells are phagocytosis, giving the defense to our body mechanism. Right one. After that we can talk about the some special kinds of the connective tissue. The third one, that is the special kind of connective tissue, in which we have to first of all we have to talk about the skeletal tissue. They can be classified in different categories, right? So they may we can say skeletal tissue, which is very necessary in different ways. So first of all we have to talk about the skeletal tissue, that we can say the tissue is from the endoskeleton of the vertebrates. They can always form the rigid framework which supports the body, protects the vital organs, help in the locomotion. Means it can be very necessary, and it is also the two types, that is the cartilage and the bones. Right? If we talk about the first of all we have to talk about the cartilage. Right? So in the cartilage we can say it is a tough, semi-transparent, elastic, flexible tissue. The these cartilage cells, chondrocytes, lie grouped in the 2 or 3 in fluid-filled spaces called the lacunae. They are found, and the cartilage is bounded externally by the stiff set that is called perichondrium, containing white fibrous tissue. Cartilage is present in the tip of nose, right, and the outer ear jointed between the adjacent bones and the vertebral column, limbs, and the hand in the adult one. And the cartilage are three types. Generally, they are the hyaline, fibrous, and the calcified. If we talk about the hyaline, fibrous, and so on, so on the basis of this, they can be classified. For that one, we can say, especially the hyaline cartilage. Hyaline cartilage, we can say that it has a clear, translucent, bluish green matrix. It is flexible and form articulate surface at the joint of the long bones, where it is called articular cartilage. One. Generally, it can be found in the bronchial rings and the laryngeal walls and the sternal ribs and the tracheal rings over there. Then there is another type of, that is known as the fibrous cartilage. Fibrous cartilage, again we can say it contains the prominent fibers, and it has a wall developed fibers in the matrix. It is two types, white fibrous cartilage and the yellow elastic cartilage in the structures. Generally, if we talk about that, the white fibrous cartilage, they can be lack of the pericardium, and they are located between the vertebral disc and the pubic symphysis evenly. The yellow elastic cartilage, it can be most elastic cartilage, it can be opaque and yellowish. Pericardium is present. It located in the epiglottis, pinna, auditory canal, and ear, nose tip also. And there is another type of, that is calcified cartilage. That calcified cartilage, we can say when the matrix of cartilage contains a granules of calcium carbonate, and cartilage is that called calcified cartilage. Means whenever their granules is made up of the calcium carbonate, it is known as the calcified cartilage. Right? Then the second type of the skeletal tissue, that is the bone. If we can talk about this bone, especially it is the hard and rigid connective tissue. These are non-pliable ground substances rich in calcium, salt, and collagen fibers, and providing the strength to the bones. And the cells of bones are found in the calcified matrix made up of the oesin and the bone cells known as the osteocytes, and locked in the spaces called the lacunae. Means especially these all are the cells of bones are found in the calcified matrix, which is generally made up of the oecins, right? And the bone cells are known as the osteocytes, and they are always locked spaces between, that is called the lacunae. If we talk about that, these bones interact in the skeletal muscles and attach to them to the bring about the movement, and the bones consist of the four parts. Generally different bones have the main four parts are contained through which it is the made up of. If we talk about first of one, that is the peristonium, right? This peristonium, especially this peristonium, it is a thick and tough set that forms and evolved around the bone. It is always found around the bones, and it composes the collagen fibers, and it contains blood vessels. It also contains bone forming cells, that is called osteoblasts, which can be produced new bones material in those places over there. Then there is another thing that is called the matrix. The matrix is composed of the protein that is called oesin, right? And the Harvesian canals, the characteristics, the features of the mammalian bones are present in the matrix. Each Harvesian canal contains the artery and veins, a lymph and vessels, nerve, and some other bones over. Means generally, especially in the vertebrates, mammalian vertebrates, they have a special type of bones which contains this Harvesian canals, and this Harvesian canal always contains the artery, veins, lymph, vessels, nerve, and some bone cells over there, which can be generally developed, or we can say directly that this Harvesian canal can be made up of with the help of lamellae, Harvesian canal, and lacunae, and the coronal. Directly they can all form the Harvesian system over there. Then we have to talk about the endosteum. Endosteum, generally we can say that it presents outer to the bones marrow, right? And it comprises the white fibers tissue and bone forming cells, that is called osteoblasts. Generally this endosteum is uh, found in the outer to the bones marrow, right? Or we can say bone marrow cavity, generally which is found outside of the bone marrow cavity, and which it can always help with the comprising of the white fiber tissue and the bone forming cells, that is called osteoblasts, and the later produces new bones material over there, that is we can say bone marrow. The third one that we can say the bone marrow. The bone marrow is the most important thing for the bones, or we can say it is a vascular, soft, pulpy connective tissue found in the bone marrow cavity of the long bones like the humerus and the femurs, right? If we talk about the bone marrow, it is generally again two types, that is we can say the yellow marrow and the red marrow. The yellow marrow, as we have already talked about that one, that yellow marrow is rich in fat cells, that is called adipocytes, and the red marrow, that is the blood cells found in the this marrow one, right? Means this can be plays a very important role over there. And this red marrow can, it is a we can say it can able to produce RBCs by the iron, and it also uses for the iron from the dead RBCs. It can making new RBCs. It can in the newborn infant entire the bone marrow is red, right? So through this type of thing they can be always helpful for the development of this one. Evenly, if we talk about, the bones can be spongy and compact on the basis of the density of the textures. Means generally bones can maybe spongy or such characters they are found over there. So due to that characters they can maybe spongy or they may be compact, right? Means if we can say the bones are hard one, or they are the very soft one and the hard bone. What about that one? We can say especially In that conditions, these bones can be in different ways they are formed over there. So we can say the spongy veins bone, it can be contains a network of thin and irregular longitudinal and the transverse bony bars that is called trabecule, right, and covered by the endosteum, and it found at the end of the long bones epiphysis. Or if we talk about the compact bone, the compact bone is another, we can say it is a hard and compact and found in the shape of the long bones. It contains yellow bone marrow and has a Harvestian system also over there. Then there is another thing, that is the vascular tissue. Means as we are talking about the special connective tissue, the first one that is called the skeletal tissue, right, in which we have talked about the cartilage and bones and about their structures, how they can be developed over there in those conditions. So I think everybody will understand about. So in the next topic we will talk about the vascular tissues also, that is also a special connective tissue. So students, you all just try to understand all these things because there are lots of new terminologies it use over there, and you can just check out these structures from your NCERT book also. Thank you.